I was supposed to call on cycle day 1, and that was yesterday, and I started birth control, so I wanted to call first thing this morning.
Okay, just 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Dr. Douglas wants to do a saline sonogram on you, and we can do that next Monday.
Okay.
And I've got 10:30, okay?
Yeah, that should work.
Okay, and I'll give your chart to the nurse, and then we'll get your plan together and call you and go over it with you, okay?
Okay, great. Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
And then your last birth control pill is going to be on August 24th.
Okay.
And you might start bleeding after you stop. That's fine.
Okay.
Then you're going to come in for a sonogram on the 27th, 8:30.
Okay.
And then that's when we're going to sit down with you also and tell you how to take your medication.
Okay.
You're going to start your medications on the 28th.
Okay.
And then your retrieval is going to be sometime around September 7th.
Okay.
And then in the middle of that, you're going to have sonograms
Mm-hmm.
on September 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 6th. Those are all at 8.
Okay.
And then when you come in on the 17th, I'll give you a copy of your plan. And then have they called about your medication?
No.
Okay. I sent it this morning, so probably this afternoon or tomorrow they'll be reaching out to you.
Okay, that sounds great.
Any questions?
I don't think so. Thank you so much. That was really helpful information.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay.
And then if you need anything, just give us a call.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, I got a text from Raquel about calling for my pricing for my medication.
All right. And, yes, it looks like we received 7 prescriptions for you. So let me just pull those up. So your doctor sent over 3 gonal 300-unit pens.
Okay.
And those... And it doesn't look like we have any fertility prescription coverage on file. Do you have fertility coverage?
No, I don't.
Okay. And so we just did it through the cash pricing, so I can
Okay.
go over that with you. So the gonal for 2 of the 300-unit pens, it's $504.
Okay.
And then they also sent over a 900-unit pen, which is $756.
Okay.
They sent over a Minipure for 20 vials, which is $1,739.80.
Okay.
And then they sent over an Ovidrel for $53.50.
Okay.
Progesterone suppositories, 200 milligrams, 30.
Okay.
For 30 of them is $105.
Okay.
And then estradiol, 2 milligrams, just $30.
Okay.
And then Cetratide for 5, which is $280.
Okay.
And then the total altogether comes to $3,468.30.
Okay. Great.
Did you want to go ahead and set up that delivery?
Yeah, can I actually call back to do that? Would that be okay?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me just call back.
Was there anything, did you have any questions or anything I could help you with?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's great. I made sure to make notes of that, and I'll definitely be calling back.
All right, no problem. Sounds
Okay.
good. We look forward to hearing from you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Okay, it is August 14th, 2020, and I'm about to order our medication for IVF. I talked to somebody the other day from this place, and they gave us, you can probably saw that, but they gave us the like pricing and everything. I said I would call back just because at that time I wasn't sure if I should get it right now because I don't actually start stems until the end of the month, but the doctor said go ahead and order it, so I'm gonna go ahead and call them.
Thank you for calling Fertility Pharmacy of America. All of our agents are busy helping other customers. Please hold, and your call will be answered if the order it was received.
This is again, Brenda speaking. How can I help you?
I actually need to order my medication.
Okay. All right. And what medication did what? I see you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I see a total of 7.
Yes.
Are you ordering all 7, or you wanna
Yeah. I'll go ahead and order all 7. Do you know how long those will last? I mean, if I order them now, how long they'll last?
Yeah, so your Ghana 900 set your time, 300, Ghana 300 and the arbitrary are all refrigerated items and commercially available. So they do have a year's life cycle on those. Your progesterone suppositories, those are a compounded medication. Those are good for 180 days.
Okay.
Let's see. Your estradiol 2 milligram tablets, those also commercially available and have at least a year's life cycle on those.
Okay.
So everything is good to keep.
Okay, perfect. Great. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and order those.
Okay. And also on your progesterone, since those are compounded medication, they are going to come from the compound pharmacy, so you would receive a separate package with that.
Okay.
And all the rest of them would come from us.
Okay.
And so, did you need the totals again, or you the whole total is $3,468.30. Did you want me to go over individual totals?
No, I don't think so. I think that should be fine. I did talk to somebody before, and they'd asked if I have any insurance coverage, and I don't generally have fertility coverage, but I was wondering if you'd be able to run my insurance and just see if it were to cover anything.
Absolutely. We're going to get this order process for you. You'll receive a credit card, or actually you'll receive 3 receipts because your Ghana and Central Time will need to be charged separately.
Okay.
As well as compounded med. So we'll get you those receipts sent to the email you provided to me.
Okay.
We'll ship all these out today to be received on tomorrow.
Okay.
Once they do leave the pharmacy, you'll receive an email from FedEx. It'll have the tracking information in it so you can track your package, okay?
Okay, great.
Alright, well, did you have any questions for the pharmacist today?
I don't think so, but thank you so much.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Well, thank you for choosing Fertility Pharmacy. You have a great rest of the day and a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. Bye.
His phone's got all sorts of issues, but he was nice. Okay, so it is August 15th, and we just got a very exciting and scary package, so I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, got a couple of boxes here of meds. So I'm gonna open it up, show you what we got for our protocol. It looks a little bit different for everybody, so I will show you kind of what. Huh? Actually, I think show you quickly because I know I have to refrigerate this stuff. So our receipt here. Okay. This is a bedtime injection. They're cold, so then yeah, got it cold in there. This is Menopur. This is the one that everybody says burns when it goes in, like when the actual, not the needle, but the actual medicine goes in. So let's see. It's actually more exciting than nerve-wracking, but I also don't have to do the shots today, so. So these are vial adapters, Q caps. Yeah, I've heard of those. Yeah. And so here's the Menopur. It has on here what I have to do, I guess. Yeah, so inject 150 IU, so 2 powder vials at bedtime when directed. So like when I'm told to do it, I guess. So that, and then we've got this. This is estradiol. Yeah, it's just a pill. That is, take 1 tablet by mouth twice daily. And then, ooh, here we go. These are the needles. They're not bad, to be honest with you. They're really not that bad at all. I know that's like probably not what you expected to hear, but it's really not that bad. They're pretty small.
Yeah, that's small.
Yeah, I think that, because with Menopur, even the needle they say isn't bad. It's just the medication burns, which I know what they mean. I've had before, like if you get certain shots, you know, it'll burn when it goes in, but
I've never had to do it every day of my life, but you know. And then the sharps container, they gave this for free, which I know sometimes I think certain places charge for that.
Free.
So yeah, for free. I mean, we spent over $3 grand, guys, but so here's a little sharps container for free. You just gotta take what you can get, I guess. But yeah, you obviously throw your needles and stuff in there. I mean, you don't throw them in there, but you put your needles in there. So where's that needle at? I was gonna show it. I'm not gonna take it out, but whatever, I can show while it's still in there. I think you'd be able to see it because I could. Okay. I feel like I have to be really careful with these, and I don't know why. It's like it's a needle, so I'm like holding it like this. But yeah, this is the needle for the Menopur. There we go. That's a pretty good shot of what this needle looks like. It's really not that bad. I'll let you know how I feel when I actually inject. But it really doesn't. I'm not scared of needles either. I know some people like just can't do needles, but actually I don't have an issue with needles. I don't know if I'll be able to do it to myself. Like, I just don't know if I could do that part, but I don't have an issue when somebody else gives me a shot. I've never minded that, or like blood draws. It just doesn't really bother me. So yeah, those are the needles for the Menopur. And then syringes are in there, and alcohol wipes. So all of our stuff for the actual injection is in here for that one.
Most people injected extra now.
I think some might. Ovidrel. Oh, what is this? Pre-filled syringe of what? It's an injection. I don't know.
Read what it says on the front.
Maybe. Oh, I bet this is maybe this
Trigger.
stem shot trigger. I mean. It might
What
be
does
a
it say on the
trigger.
front? It tells you on the front what it is.
So inject 250 syringe sub-Q when directed. So yeah, I think this must be a trigger. I don't think it's because you don't do it daily. Okay, Cetratide. Bring to sonogram. Bring to sonogram. Mix and inject.
How are you gonna bring that to the sonogram?
Like this week? So we've got Cetratide. I don't know what that means, bring to sonogram. What sonogram?
Okay, I don't think you can call them and ask them, but...
You know, I can call them Monday morning or something. I guess I can't because we closed. Gonal F, yeah. This is Gonal F. We'll do these every day with Menopur, I'm pretty sure. It says inject 150 IU. I don't know how to say that word, but at bedtime when directed. So yeah, I do Menopur and Gonal F at bedtime. So there's needles for injection in here and all of that. So I'm like quality plastic bags. No wonder this is $3,000. You got some bougie bags with it. So yeah, there's another box. So I can't. These needles are really not too bad. 30 gauge needles. Okay. Okay, so in this other box, we have another sharps container. And we have progesterone suppositories here. I have to do those twice a day. Just whenever they tell me to. I guess at this point, it's just like, I just do what they say. Like, I don't, it's like a lot. So I know at the doctor last time, they told me like, you just call when your cycle starts, start the birth control. We tell you from there. Like, you don't have to worry about the rest of it. So that's what I'm relying on. I just have to have this stuff and they're going to tell me when to do it.
You keep some of these ice packs, they're small.
Yeah, they've sent a bunch of ice packs. Those will be good for like if you do ice your stomach before you do it. I know some people like to do that. So yeah, I'll keep some of the ice packs. That's nice.
I'm assuming that needs to stay in the fridge. So.
Yeah, the suppositories will have to be in the fridge, I'm sure. And on the outside of this box, it says keep refrigerated. Okay, so anyway, that is our meds, and we are still on birth control. So we have a good amount left of this. So we're gonna do, I believe it's up until this white part. This is just the basically like the sugar pill. I forgot what the word for that is, but I think we do all of these. So we have 2 weeks and 1 day left of birth control, and then I'm pretty sure that's when we start shots. I don't know if we start anything this week. I have a saline sonogram on Monday, so I don't know if we start anything then. I don't really know what's going on, but I know the nurse told me on the phone that I will start, and they've been very good at communicating. It's just hard to process all this information at one time, so that's why I don't know. But the nurse did say I'll start like shots at the end of the month, like after birth control. So I think Menopur and Gonal-f for sure then. I don't know about that other one though, so anyway. Okay, a little fertility update. We are pulling up right now to the fertility office, and today I actually have a saline sonogram. So basically that's where they're gonna go in with, like put saline into my uterus and see if there are polyps and fibroids and just things like that. If there are, I think I have to probably have that taken care of before we actually start like stems and everything. If there's not, then I think we're cleared to start stems at the end of this month. So anyway, we're about ready to head in there, and I don't really know exactly what to expect. I've watched all kinds of things about this, but when it's yourself, you know, just never know. But I'm not too nervous today. I'm just ready to get this done. Okay, I'm getting undressed in here. I'm about to go in.
Sure, there's nothing in there that would stop the baby from sticking to you.
Okay.
The second part is we're going to measure the depth and the angle of your uterus, so I know exactly how to put the embryos in.
Okay.
Then we're going to look at your ovaries and make sure there's nothing about them that would make us not want to get started, but also to make sure we have the right dose of medicine that we're going to give you.
Okay.
When we're all done with this and you get up, you're going to leak a little bit of the clear liquid out.
Okay.
Okay? And we're going to have the results just as we're doing it. We'll point out things that we're seeing.
Okay, good.
Come down about 3 more inches. Your bottom has to be over the edge. That should be good right there.
Okay, great. You never know. Should I expect any pain, or is it just kind of painless?
It's about like doing a regular sonogram or a pap smear.
Okay.
So very similar. I'm going to take this out. All right. Most people find that the part I just did was the most painful part.
Okay.
If you tolerated that, then you're going to do good on the rest.
Okay.
Because the rest is just going to be like a normal ultrasound.
Okay.
Okay, if you look over the screen, the black is the saline that's going inside you.
Okay.
He's going to look in that from one side to the other, and then kind of the top down to the bottom. So I'm putting fluid in to see if it'll move, but I don't see that's moving.
Yeah, I thought it was attenuating like a bubble, but it's not really behaving like a bubble.
What we see, that red, that white, very white spot there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to look at that and see why it is there. I mean, we have polyps, we have air bubbles sometimes from this. That's what we're trying to figure out, if it's an air bubble or if it's a polyp. Problem is, I don't see where it's attached, Steve, because there seems to be fluid around the whole thing.
Yeah, it could be a really, really small stalk, but yeah, it kind of looks like it's free floating, doesn't it?
Yeah. Which wouldn't make any sense, because then it would move when I put the fluid in. There, that looked like it went back that way to connect there.
Yeah.
What we worry about is if you have little polyps or something inside the uterus, if we go to put the embryo there and it's near this, then it's less likely to stick.
Okay.
So this is one of the reasons we're looking today. Is there anything in the uterus that would lower the chances that the baby would stick to you?
Okay.
Let's say we do determine this to be a polyp, then sometimes we have to put a telescope in there and take this out before we put the embryo back in.
Okay.
So what we do a lot of times is we'll watch this as your eggs are growing. Sometimes this will get bigger as the eggs are growing. We'll be able to see it more clearly.
Okay.
But if we are seeing this when we're making the eggs, we take the eggs out, we grow the embryos, we freeze them. Okay, now you got 4 good embryos. Let's go clean out this polyp, and then we'll put the embryo in.
Okay.
So this isn't going to delay us from getting the eggs out, making the embryos.
Okay.
But if we think it's an issue, and we'll get to see, because you're going to have other sonograms when we're looking at your eggs, if this persists, and if it does, then we may say, you know, if I were you, I'd get rid of this before I put the embryo in, because it'll raise your chances.
Right. Okay. Good.
All right. If you look this up, uterine polyp, these are just benign tissue. This is not anything dangerous, bad. And if you came in here and we were just doing your exam and we found this and you weren't trying to get pregnant, I'd say that we'll relook at it in a year and see what it did.
Right, okay.
Okay, so this is not anything dangerous or worrisome. It just may lower your fertility some if we put an embryo there.
Okay.
Okay, so
There's only the one, is that what you said?
yeah, or there's one little thing right next to it. So one or one other little one.
Okay. And that's pretty common?
It looks different.
Now, there's a very good chance that we'll watch when your eggs are growing and say, yeah, that was a nothing. We're not going to do anything about that.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Just put a note on your sono thing, Steve, to be looking for that.
Okay.
So every time he does a sono, he's going to be looking at. He's going to look at your eggs, look at your uterus,
Okay.
and we'll re-look for that. But it may turn out to be a nothing.
Okay.
Egg count's going to be good.
You got plenty of eggs, so that's good.
Good.
The next step, you're going to come out, and the nurse is going to go over with you times, dates, medicines, everything.
Right. Okay.
So that's next. And when you get up, you're going to leak a little bit of the clear liquid out. So that's just water. Don't worry about that. Shouldn't have any other problems.
Okay.
Questions for me?
I don't think so.
Okay,
That's
makes
great.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Air bubble can get up in the upper part of the cavity and mimic. I mean, it's going to look just like a polyp.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of the times, if it's an air bubble, it'll shift or disappear. And so I keep, while I'm still doing the scan, keep just peeking back and checking to see if it's still there, still in the same place.
Right,
that kind of thing. But so far, I really haven't seen it move.
Okay.
You can take those. And then if you tolerate those okay, then
Okay.
if you get constipated or
Okay.
sick or anything,
Right.
then here is a
Good.
prescription that you can fill, and this is a coupon card that you can reuse
Okay.
monthly. Okay?
Okay.
Has the pharmacy called with your
My
medication?
yes, actually I already got them.
You did?
So,
Did
yes.
you open the box? Some of those need to go in the
Yes,
refrigerator.
right. Yeah, refrigerated
Perfect.
those and all that. So
How tall are you?
5'5",
And how much do you weigh?
145, I believe.
And you know that you're taking your last pill next Monday?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then you may have bleeding. That's normal.
Okay.
You don't have to call with that.
Okay.
Your appointment will be the 27th. That'll be for blood work, a sonogram, and then we'll teach you how to use those medications.
Okay. Great.
So you don't need to bring the medicine with you. Just bring the packing list.
Oh, okay.
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 And we should have you start those medications the next day.
Okay.
These are all appointments.
Okay. Yep.
All right. And then retrieval should be sometime the week of the 7th.
Okay.
Your husband already did the semen analysis. Do you know if he brought home a folder, a red folder with lots of consent forms?
I don't think he did. I don't remember that.
Do you know where the arts department is? Just right next door?
Mhm, okay.
If you can just stop by there and just let them know that you need consent forms,
Okay.
they will have you and your husband notarize. And
Okay.
they do that over there. But you can take the folder home today and then
Okay.
turn it in later.
Okay.
They like it to be turned in by the time you start your injections.
Okay.
Okay, so like you could turn it in at this appointment.
Right. Okay.
Right?
That's good.
And have you spoken to Dr. Douglas at all about PGS? That's the genetic screening.
Yes, I think he said he doesn't recommend that for
Because of
us.
your
So
age.
okay.
Okay. So that you can take that home. That's just a copy of
Okay,
what
perfect.
we're doing. And
Great. That would
then
help.
we're on the ball. I'm impressed.
I feel better if I have things kind of organized. So
Me
I'm
too.
trying to get on top of everything.
All right, let's go to the front.
Okay.
Okay, Ken, everything looks great.
Okay.
This was a final basal follicle count before we get you going on the hormones.
Okay.
And I counted 10 on the right, 8 on the left. That's plenty to start with.
Okay.
Just what we want to be seeing.
Good.
Okay, you can go ahead and get dressed.
Okay.
I'll meet you in the hallway.
Okay.
I'll show you where you go next.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
She said you could come in for this part. Sorry. You were on the phone. I wouldn't bother you.
You just have a seat right in front, okay? There you go. You just have a seat. And if you don't mind, if y'all sit in these two right behind the glass. I know that the glass one doesn't go behind.
You see, you have a Cetrotide, Menopur, and Gonalef.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing in the Cetrotide right now.
Okay.
And you look in the Menopur, you see a number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see 150 for the Gonalef.
Okay.
So that's 2 powders of Menopur, which I'll show you how to mix. And then 150 units of the Gonal.
Okay.
You're going to do that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, between 7 and 9 p.m.
Okay.
Then I'll see you Tuesday for a sonogram, and then he's going to give you your dose based on what your sonogram looks like.
Okay.
So you'll do medications probably through September 6th. You just don't know the exact dose yet.
Right. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So the Menopur, it's going to come like this, and it's going to, this is all just saline.
Okay.
When you open yours, it's going to be powder saline, powder saline.
Okay.
And it's a little white powder in there. You won't miss it.
Okay.
And so, let's see here. Your dose is 2 powders.
Okay.
Okay. So what you would do is you're going to get out 2 powders. And then if you see down there we put, you're going to mix 1 ml of saline into 2 powders. So get your 2 powders and then you're going to get a saline.
Okay.
You're going to have saline left over and you can just toss that.
Okay.
And so, then you grab your Q cap. It's going to look like that and it just pops on. Like that.
Okay.
And you grab your syringe. And what I do is I pull back 1 ml of air. So it'll look like that. And then it's going to twist in like that. You push your air in and then you're going to pull it back like that.
Okay.
And pull out 1 ml.
Okay.
You're not worried about what's left in here, just about there.
Okay.
So then you're going to take this cap off and you're going to go to your first powder and you're just going to twist that on. All that liquid dissolves into that powder and you pull that out. So that's a 1-to-1 concentration. Now you're going to go to your second powder and you do the exact same thing. All that liquid in there and pull it out. So now you've got a 2-to-1, 2 powders to 1 ml.
Okay.
And that's what you inject. And you just put your needle on. You can do these injections in the belly or the thigh, whichever you prefer. But you just clean the area with alcohol, kind of pinch it up, and then it's going to go straight in at a 90-degree angle quick.
Okay.
And then, but it's a little short, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Do you feel pretty comfortable with the Menopur? And there's videos on our website too.
Yeah, I think so. I've actually watched some things, so I think that.
So, okay, good. So that's the Menopur. And the rest are much easier because you don't have to do as much work with them.
Right, okay. Good. So do I need to do them, you said between 7 and 9? Do they need to be like, if I start at a certain time, does it need to be at that same time every night?
It's better just because it keeps that level of drug in your body more consistent.
That's
so
what I thought, okay.
Try to be as consistent as you can.
Okay. And while I'm on the medications, do I have, I'm assuming, because I've heard people say this, do I have like limitations as far as exercise and things like that, or any diet things that I should know, anything that I should be doing?
You're fine, a normal healthy diet. You can still exercise, but don't overdo it.
Okay.
You know, I would, just because if you just start out like trying to go do a CrossFit one day, it can set your body back a little bit. So just
kind of take it easy and, okay.
And then your bottle F, it comes in a pen. And let me see your slit. Do you have your packing slip?
I do. I think that's those, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's on that one. I have 3 papers here. I think this goes after the receipt for the other thing, right? Yeah.
Okay. So on your pen, on this 900, I'm just going to make a note you use first.
Okay.
Okay. Just because that makes your life a little bit easier.
Okay.
Because that one pen that has 900 units of medicine in it, your dose is 150 units every night. So that pen's going to carry you pretty far.
Okay.
Let's see, 3, 6, 9. So by you have up until like next Thursday with that one pin.
Okay, yeah.
And so all you have to do on your bottle F is you just take it and then you dial until you see your dose in this window, which is 150. And then you put your needle on, same area, belly or thigh. And then this doesn't have any in it, but like if I was gonna do my thigh, I clean it with alcohol. I go straight in, this goes all the way down, and count to 5, and then pull it out. And then whenever you pull it out, this is what you should see, 0. And that's how you know that you got your dose. Okay. If for any reason there's a different number in that window, it's telling you that your pen ran out and whatever's left in here is what you still need to get your dose. But if you just kind of keep up with like your nights, like you won't worry about that.
Right, okay.
And then you take your needle off, this goes back in the fridge, and you use the same pen for the next several nights.
Okay.
And then whenever you come into your sonogram on Tuesday, bring 1 Cetrotide with you.
Okay.
I mean, that's really it. Do you have any questions for me?
I think I do. The Cetrotide, does it need to stay cold when I bring it? We drive a couple of hours, so is that one that's...
Yeah, I would try to keep
Okay,
it.
try to keep it.
Fill up a little baggie with some ice and put it in
Yeah.
there.
We'll be here, yeah, we're staying here next week, so that's true, but, okay.
And then let me just see your I want to make sure they gave you all of your
Okay, all of them?
that you need. Suture that. Oh, and bring your Avadil with you too.
Okay.
Yep. You have everything, and just everything will start tomorrow night.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
And once you do the first night, you're like, oh, this is that. And that's your checkout sheet. And then so I will see you guys on Tuesday.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.